Happy Friday! What? It's Friday and I am done with client work as of right now, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm headed to an offsite meeting, and then I have some of my own stuff to do, but no more client work, so I'm in a good place, because sometimes that doesn't happen on a Friday, so I'm stoked about that. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit today, just very quickly, about bleeding and how succeeding at anything in business, but specifically succeeding in social media marketing, means you have to start bleeding. And here's what I mean. I'm going to start with a quick story, and this will be quick because I have about 15 minutes into my meeting, so I'm just going to book it. I have a super quick story. This morning I went to CrossFit. I don't usually go in the mornings, but I did today, and it started at 6, which means obviously you have to get up at 5 or whatever. And excuse me. And our workout was box jumps. There's something else. Box jump. There's a lot of other things. Running, box jumps, burpees, which I dislike, and I also dislike box jumps and running, and then pull-ups, which I'm okay with. And box jumps scare me, you guys. I did not do them for the first 6 months that I started doing CrossFit, and then I had a hamstring injury for a little while, so I kind of stopped doing them, and then they haven't been consistent for me. They're not something that I've consistently been okay, I'm going to do these. And so lately I've really been trying hard to make myself do the box jumps, make myself put in the work, because I'm not good at it and it scares me. That's the biggest thing. There's always just this fear that comes with staring at that box and going, I can't jump on that. So I've been trying really hard lately to not do step-ups, not do a shorter height, because we do have some 20-inch, not 20-inch, we have some 16-inch platforms that we can jump onto, and we have 12-inch mini boxes that we can jump onto. So I have been I've been trying consistently, making an effort to say, okay, I'm not going to jump on the shorter ones, I'm not going to step up, I'm not going to jump on plates, because that for some reason is easier for me to do too. I'm actually going to jump onto the box. And there's always fear there. So this morning we were doing this workout, and I was there by myself, by the way. It was just me and the coach, and I was working really hard, and by the time I got to the box jumps, it's the third movement in the rep scheme. So it was the third movement. So by that point in time, and there wasn't rest built in. It was kind of, I always take that to mean rest as you need to, but there wasn't any rest built in. So I had to rest. I did have to rest, but I just had to keep going. And by the time I got to box jumps, I was tired. So I fell this morning, guys. I tripped up the box, and then when you trip up the box, you also trip back down the box. I did that twice. I missed the box twice on box jumps, and that is basically my biggest fear. And I knew it was going to happen, and you expect it when you do box jumps. At some point, okay, I'm going to trip. There's going to be a trip that happens somewhere in the process, and today was the day. I've actually done it before. This wasn't my first time falling on a box jump, but I've done it before. But today was the day, and so I did it twice. It wasn't 2 times in a row. It was just once, and then I did a bunch of them, and then twice. And both times when it happened, by the way, I was really pushing myself to keep going. Okay, get my reps up, and do more in a row, and get one last rep in before the end of the workout. And I was pushing myself, and I fell. And you know what? I expect that. I anticipate failure when I am working out. I was working out beyond my comfort level to the level of failure. And I have a big scrape on my leg. Maybe I'll throw a picture in the comments just in case anybody's enjoys that thing. That kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are into. I don't know. But it was very good, is my point. The point is, I anticipate failure, and I achieved failure because I was pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. This is not to say, give myself a big pat on the back Or it'd be like, and then I got right back up on the box, because you know what, the second time I didn't, because the workout was over and I seriously felt like I was gonna barf, because I hit my knee hard enough that I like had that like barfy feeling when you're in pain. So the point of the story is that as a part of working out, you anticipate failure. And it got me thinking, why do we not anticipate failure in other areas of our life where we are stepping outside of our comfort zone? Even when I'm in my comfort zone, I fail. I'm in the comfort zone all the time in the kitchen. I fail a lot when I cook. I fail a lot when I do things that I'm super comfortable doing. I've done them a million times before. I fail. It's part of being human, and it's part of learning, and that failure is such an integral part of the learning process, and we work so hard to avoid it. But at the end of the day, the failure teaches us more than the actual process does. You know, the failure teaches us more than the success, and it's so important. But we spend so much time like, oh, I don't want to fail, so I'm just going to do what I've always done. And I want to know why we do not accept failure as an inevitable part of marketing, as an inevitable part of business and growing your business and prospering and being successful. Ask any successful business person out there, and they will tell you they've had major failures that they've had to overcome, whether it was something that was in their control and they just did it wrong. Like this morning, I just didn't jump high enough on my box jumps. That was me. Or it's something that is external, where you can't really tell, you can't help it. It's just the way it works. Failure is going to be a part of the process if you're going to succeed in life. You have to fail to succeed. And so I feel like we need to treat our social media and our business in general, but specifically our marketing and our social media, like we're at the gym, and just anticipate failure. Have a backup plan. Know what you're going to do when you fail. Know what the process is like, and start stepping outside of our comfort zone to figure out what areas we can strengthen and where we can grow and where we can find new opportunities, because that's what failure is, right? When you are doing a back squat and you get that extra 5 pounds on your back squat, that means you have new opportunities now, because your 50% goes up and your 60%, all of your numbers go up. So when your coach says, hey, you need to do 50% of your 1 rep max, and you get that 5-pound PR, you now get new opportunities, and you're going to grow stronger because you get to lift more weight on a consistent basis. So we're going to find new opportunities in marketing. We're going to find new opportunities for sales, new customers, new ways to approach people if we step outside of our comfort zone. And that's only manageable if we are willing to accept the fact that failure is going to be a natural part of that. Now, I obviously do not mean that any of us need to go out and actively seek failure. So I don't mean like post something that is highly inflammatory on your social media page, unless that's what unless that's what your business is about. Or I don't mean do anything reckless or stupid. I think that there are definitely best practices to follow, definitely clues that we can use, but once we start using those, step outside of our comfort zone. Let's do something slightly different. We're not going to do a 180. I'm not going to start posting for my technology clients about like a makeup product, because that's a 180, but we're going to post something about the employees working in technology, because it's a people business. Start thinking about little shifts outside of your comfort zone that you can start doing on social. Maybe if you do a lot of photos, you can step outside of your comfort zone and start doing a video. And then once you get comfortable posting videos, which it takes a while and you have to get used to it, but it's like everything else, you just have to do it. You have to turn that camera on and start recording. Once you get comfortable doing that, then you can start doing live video, because that is outside of your comfort zone. So we're baby stepping up, but we are pushing the boundaries and trying to find that information that resonates with our target market. And the best way to do it is to take little steps towards something that seems really, really scary and really off the beaten path. But it's exactly what our customers need. So that's my advice. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try it. I spent way too much time letting the fear of box jump stop me from jumping on that box, and I'm missing out on growth because of it. So I'm going to try to keep my growth steady, and I'm going to try to keep pushing myself outside of the comfort zone in the gym, outside of the gym, all of the above. And I want you to do the same. I want you to start stepping outside the comfort zone with your social media strategy and finding little ways to tweak it that feel less comfortable, because that is a good internal signal that means we are trying something new and we are finding new opportunities to succeed. Accept the fact that failure is going to be a part of that, and then have a plan for when we fail, and then always look for what we can learn from that failure. Okay, so those are my deep thoughts for Friday afternoon, guys, right? That's pretty deep. I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. I actually will probably be back tomorrow, so I hope I see some of you again, and have an amazing weekend. Okay,